Hello, my name is Tony Dowling. I'm a retired teacher and a long-time activist in the Stop the War movement and anti-racism movement. And I'm here today to react to some Islam videos for IslamReact and then to answer some questions. So I look forward to catching up with you.
واتل عليهم نبأ ابني آدم بالحق إذ قربا قربانا فتقبل من أحدهما ولم يتقبل من الآخر قال لأقتلنك قال إنما يتقبل الله من المتقين لئن بسطت إلي يدك لتقتلني ما أنا بباسط يدي إليك لأقتلك إني أخاف الله رب العالمين إني أريد أن تبوء بإثمي وإثمك فتكون من أصحاب النار وذلك جزاء الظالمين فطوعت له نفسه قتل أخيه فقتله فأصبح من الخاسرين فبعث الله غرابا يبحث في الأرض ليريه كيف يواري سوءة أخيه قال يا ويلتى أعجزت أن أكون مثل هذا الغراب فأواري سوءة أخي فأصبح من النادمين من أجل ذلك كتبنا على بني إسرائيل أنه من قتل نفسا بغير نفس أو فساد في الأرض فكأنما قتل الناس جميعا ومن أحياها فكأنما أحيا الناس جميعا ولقد جاءتهم رسلنا بالبينات ثم إن كثيرا منهم بعد ذلك في الأرض لمسرفون.
It's a war. It's a story. I see it as a metaphor for not killing each other. To respect human life, and I would go along with that. I remember, after the 9/11 bombings, and Tony Blair came on and he talked about the terrorists not having any regard for the sanctity of human life, which I think is a good thing to say. Sadly, I don't think Tony Blair has any regard for the sanctity of human life either. But it's a message that's a good message that we should respect life above all things, really. That's going on there, I think. again, it's pleasing to the ear. I did feel that particular recitation had a sense of a little bit more. Aggression is the wrong word, but it was a bit more of a severe tone. I mean, not that I could notice that, but it just came across as a little bit more of a sort of a telling off type of a recitation. Yeah, I think it's the fact that to some extent the story is justifying a killing, but then we're seeing the one who did the killing then being upset and sorry for his actions, and so the message is really, I think that if you do those sorts of what we consider to be wrong things, then you will have a sense of regret. So the warning is to try not to do those things, to be respectful to each other, despite differences. Yeah, I think it's a message that is sort of. It's a contradictory message, isn't it? Because as I was saying before, I think I would be happy to challenge, if you're being attacked, to defend yourself, to do something to defend yourself. But I think we see situations in the world where an oppressor is, in a sense, all powerful, and you wouldn't be able to resist anyway. And so when you say, "Look, do what you will," it's sort of saying, "You're wrong. I'm in the right. I believe that what I'm doing is right. So I'll take the consequence," sort of thing. I think I read something only just today, might have been today or yesterday, where someone I know was having a conversation with a Muslim friend. I think they'd been on the demo yesterday, actually, and they were on their way back, and they were talking about how you deal with oppression. And I think the message was that in Islam, the first thing is to take some action to challenge the oppression, and if you can't do that, to say something about it, and then if you can't do that, just to feel. Yeah, is that right? I mean, I hear what you're saying about Christianity having a slightly different message, but I'm sure probably if you scoured the Bible, there would be other places you would find different messages as well. I think that the turn the other cheek message is one that's trying to suggest that you seek peace, that you don't want conflict to occur. But you're right. I think that people have to be able to do something, really. If there is an oppression going on, if you can just sit back, then the oppression gets worse, doesn't it? And it's no good for everybody. So you have to be able to justify, in a sense, challenging that and fighting back. I think that's a good principle. I mean, I think the things that I see and hear in Islam, in the Quran, and in Christianity, the Bible as well, are things that the general sort of philosophy for people getting on with each other. I would perfectly, happy to go along with those. I don't have a belief in another being, in a God, but I want people, humankind, to be able to get on and progress together. And so really it's a philosophy for how you manage living together with other people who might have slightly different approaches to life, and finding ways to resolve those differences peacefully, rather than actually resulting in what unfortunately seems to happen throughout human existence, in conflict and violence and killing people, which it seems to me, it's not the best way forward, is it? Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't have a specific one, but I know I will have, experienced and witnessed those sorts of things happening. And I think it is about finding a way to resolve things peacefully by talking and thinking about things I mentioned before that I'm a retired teacher. I was a primary school teacher, but I worked in behaviour support service as well. So I spent a lot of time trying to support children who were having to deal with their anger. And what I saw was that it was possible to do that through a process of reasoning and support and understanding people's behaviour and responses. That they're whatever they are, they're real, but you have to sort of recognise where they're coming from and look to ways to resolve them in a different, more peaceful way. And it can be done. I mean, that's really, I think, that there is there. And I think hopefully, I mean, it's not in the real world, is it? But unfortunately, we live in a world that is full of conflict. But I do live in the belief and hope that we do, the humans themselves do have a way forward and have a way to resolve conflict peacefully, and can, if in the right circumstances, get on together. It's not really. I mean, I've read the Bible when I was growing up. I've read bits of the Quran. I've looked at the Quran, and the only reason, it's not that I'm rejecting it. It's just that what I have seen, as we've talked about, I think, is that I agree with a lot of the basic philosophy and understanding that's there. So I don't think there would be any great benefit from doing that, because I'm not a believer. I don't think I'm going to convert to being a believer. So whilst I appreciate being drawn to being people talking about particular chapters and explaining what they mean, I generally sort of follow the same sort of philosophy for life, if you like. So I don't think there would be any great benefit in doing that. So, but that's not about any sense of disrespect at all.